Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be working on the front strut towers. I got the rears all done. You've probably seen that in the other videos. So now the fronts are the only thing left. This is your first video that you're watching I've made, then go check out the other ones. Did a couple videos of how I made the rear suspension, and now I'm going to be finishing up the front. So basically what I was doing was, my goal was to swap the suspension off of my buddy's car onto this car. So then it looks like an old car, but it drives like a newer car. And it'll have the power of a 2020 car or whatever. So on Mitch's Civic, a little update over here. We're just waiting for a head gasket for his new block to go in over there. And we were just pulling off some of his suspension stuff to get his CV axles out. And just basically getting ready to pull the yank this motor out of here and start putting in the new one and building the manifold and stuff. So there'll be lots of videos of Mitch's car coming up in the next couple weeks here. We're gonna try to have his car at least running and driving by the end of October. So we got like 21 days or so to go. And then for the Honda, hopefully by November, December, this thing will be running and driving just up and down my little alley here. And then once I get it all finalized, I can actually put it onto the road and see how it all drives with just some regular tires, because these tires stick out way too much without having a body kit on the car. And in Canada, or at least in BC, in the town that I live in, they have these things called VIs, vehicle inspections, and they give them to every little Honda or every little car they see. They don't care about trucks or anything like that, but small cars they really do care about. So yeah, and then you have to go get your car inspected, and it costs a couple $100, and it's just a pain in the ass, especially for something like these cars here where, you know, they don't have they may not be fully legal without cats and stuff like that, but oh well. So yeah, that's gonna be the anyways, so yeah, let's get into the video.
Bead!
Come lay a bead.
Lay a bead!
It's still pretty hot. Fuck. Ow. what they look like right now. They're not welded on this side yet. They're only welded on the inside. I ran out of gas, so I couldn't weld the outside on either of them. But I think they turned out pretty good. They seem to be, in my opinion, I think it's some of the better fabrication I've done so far. This car's been a learning experience in every corner, so I think they turned out pretty good. And then there's one more plate that goes on the top, like this one here. It's kind of a little bent there. There we go. So it's gonna come in, get welded in there, and come up on that edge. And then this will be dimple dyed this way. Pardon me. For the coilover, and dimple dyeing it will make this top plate a lot stronger. It'll just give it a lot more rigidity, and then once it's welded in, it'll be solid. But can't really show you guys on video, obviously. But the front end now is just so much more solid. Like, you know, this edge here, I basically I TIG welded these right up to this bar. So that was kind of the whole idea, was to make, like, this is what the fender sits on and it gets bolted to. So I'm going to put riv nuts inside of this, and that's what the fender will bolt to. But the reason I did it like this was that it's plated back here, it's welded to the front, so it connects this part of the car to the very front of the car. And then I used like the tube to build this kind of tube frame for it. And that's what I welded all my plates to. So the plates are welded from the back, and they'll be welded from the front. And then the upper control arm goes into these little holes there. That little guy there, that's what goes into the top, and then the coil goes into that other one. Other stuff I still got to do in the front, clean up the back of that motor mount and plate it, clean up the back of that one and plate it in the back, clean up that whole back wall there, and build a mount for the rear of the transmission. There's one more mount that has to be made, and just cleaning up the whole engine bay itself. I'm going to do some stitch welding on some of those seams and make the front end just even more rigid. And yeah, just kind of slowly keep knocking things out. It's there's no step-by-step manual for this. It's kind of just figure out what I need to do next. So it's a slow process, but it's definitely coming along. Getting those strut towers built was definitely a big move in the right direction. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.